General Hospital spoilers leak that speculation is arising that Carly Spencer's Laura Wright decision to stand by Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, during his upcoming surgery threatens to stir up major drama. Carly's presence at Sonny's side could send two wildly misleading signals to the town's gossip mill. First, it might scream that something's seriously wrong with Sonny, given their icy post-divorce dynamic and lack of public support for each other since their messy split. Second, it could spark rumors that Carly and Sonny are rekindling their romance, despite being firmly done. With emotions running high and tongues wagging, will Carly's good intentions blow up in her face? Carly's choice to be there for Sonny's surgery is rooted in their shared history, but spoilers suggest it's setting off alarm bells. The Corinthos clan has been fractured since their scandalous divorce, and Carly and Sonny haven't exactly been each other's cheerleaders in public. Her sudden appearance at his bedside could signal to Port Charles that Sonny's health crisis is dire. Why else would Carly, of all people, show up? Insiders say this move might amplify concerns about Sonny's condition, putting his tough guy image and business dealings under scrutiny. Is Carly's loyalty about to make waves she didn't anticipate? This second misstep could be even juicier. Carly's presence might convince Port Charles that she and Sonny are back together. Spoilers tease that their complicated history, passion, betrayal, and all makes it easy for onlookers to jump to romantic conclusions. Despite their clear stance that they're over, the sight of Carly playing the role of the supportive ex-wife could fuel gossip that they're reigniting old flames. This rumor could mess with Sonny's business and Carly's own life, especially if WSB chief Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, gets the wrong idea. The last thing either needs is a fake love story derailing their worlds. Can Carly keep the narrative straight, or will these mixed messages spiral out of control? Spoilers hint she'll struggle to clarify her intentions, especially with Port Charles' rumor mill in overdrive. If people think Sonny's on death's door, his enemies might pounce, weakening his grip on power. Meanwhile, romance rumors could alienate allies and complicate Carly's personal life, particularly with those who know she's moved on. Will Carly and Sonny set the record straight, or will her act of compassion spark chaos on both fronts? Will she have to draw a hard line in the sand when it comes to Jack's questions about her support of her ex? Stay tuned for more GH news and spoilers to find out. Port Charles is a town where one action can echo far louder than words, and in this week's explosive storyline on General Hospital, that truth is on full display as Carly Corinthos finds herself in the eye of the storm once again. While Sonny lies unconscious on the operating table after a near-fatal shooting, it's not just his medical crisis that has everyone buzzing, it's the person at his side. Carly's unwavering presence during Sonny's darkest hour may come from a place of love, history, and habit, but it's also sending the wrong message, and not just to one person but two. As the emergency lights flashed red and blue outside General Hospital, and doctors scrambled to keep Sonny alive in the operating room, it was Carly who paced the corridors, her face tight with worry, her emotions barely contained. And while no one would argue she doesn't have a right to care, her choice to remain front and center during Sonny's crisis is already shaking the foundations of multiple relationships around her, most notably with Nina and Jason. Let's be honest. Carly and Sonny have always been a love story written in both fire and ashes. They've been married, divorced, remarried, and ripped apart more times than anyone in Port Charles can count. They share children, memories, and a complicated chemistry that refuses to die, even when it probably should. So when Sonny was rushed into surgery after being ambushed outside Pasulos, it almost seemed natural to see Carly drop everything and rush to the hospital. But just because something feels natural doesn't mean it's right. And for Carly, her instinctive actions might be unraveling carefully mended threads in multiple relationships. Her vigil outside the OR wasn't just intense, it was symbolic. She wasn't there as a casual friend or concerned co-parent. She was there as Carly, the woman who's always believed she and Sonny are tied together by something stronger than time or circumstance. And that bold presence didn't go unnoticed. If there's anyone who didn't need to see Carly parked firmly in the role of protector and primary emotional support for Sonny, it's Nina Reeves. The tension between Carly and Nina has been simmering for years, reaching a boiling point after the Nixon Falls debacle And things only got messier after Sonny and Nina tied the knot. Nina thought she had won. Sonny had chosen her, forgiven her past sins, and given her a seat at his side. But as Sonny lay bleeding in surgery, it wasn't Nina who everyone turned to. It was Carly. GA spoilers tease that Nina's insecurities explode as she witnesses Carly taking over at the hospital. Even though she wants to be mature and understand that Carly and Sonny have a long history, her jealousy and paranoia get the best of her. She begins to spiral, wondering if Sonny's still emotionally tied to his ex in ways he hasn't admitted, maybe even to himself. Her fears aren't helped when hospital staff defer to Carly's opinions or when Michael and Dant update her instead of Nina. Things come to a head when Nina walks into the waiting room to find Carly comforting Donna and talking to Sonny's doctors like she's the wife. It's humiliating. And more than that, it sends a dangerous message to the town and to Sonny himself that no matter who he's with, Carly will always take first place in his life. Whether intentionally or not, Carly's presence has once again overshadowed Nina's entire place in Sonny's world. And for Nina, it may be the final straw. But Nina isn't the only one who's left wondering where Carly's heart truly lies. Jason Morgan, fresh from prison and newly reinserted into the Port Charles chessboard, is watching Carly's actions closely, and they're hitting him in ways he didn't expect. Ever since Jason returned, there's been a quiet question lingering in the air between him and Carly. What could have been? Before Sonny came back from the dead, Carly and Jason were ready to take a giant leap together. They married, shared whispered promises, and genuinely believed they were starting a new chapter, not just for themselves, but for their families. But Sonny's return changed everything. Jason, ever the loyal friend, stepped back. And Carly, torn and grieving her own confusion, slid right back into Sonny's orbit. Now, as Jason watches her at the hospital, once again throwing herself into Sonny's crisis like nothing's changed, he can't help but feel a stab of betrayal. Is Carly still tethered to Sonny in ways she's refused to admit to him? Has Jason just been the backup plan all along? GH insiders suggest that Jason may confront Carly about what her constant presence says to the rest of the world. And to him. For a man who's given everything to Carly over the years, seeing her default to Sonny could be a painful wake-up call. And for fans still rooting for Charlie, this could be a make-or-break moment. The ripple effect of Carly's hospital vigil goes even deeper. Michael and Willow, already wary of Nana's role in Sonny's life, are now caught in a confusing emotional triangle. Who do they support? Is Carly overstepping, or is she simply being who she's always been? Donna and Avery, too young to grasp the nuances, may soon start to ask why Mommy Carly seems so worried about Daddy Sonny, especially if Nina starts reacting publicly. Dante is also watching with a conflicted heart. While he respects Carly, he also knows his father is a married man. And with Sonny's mental state recently so unstable, the last thing he needs is emotional confusion when he wakes up. The question everyone is thinking, but no one dares to ask. What will Sonny say when he opens his eyes and sees Carly sitting there instead of Nina? The upcoming episodes of General Hospital promise to dive deep into the fallout. As Sonny stabilizes and begins his recovery, expect emotional confrontations, brutal honesty, and more than one broken heart. Carly may be forced to reckon with the consequences of her actions, even if they were done from a place of concern.